Hello everyone, welcome back. Sorry it's been so long. Work and other things impede my creativity sometimes. But here I am. Welcome back again, and I'm going to start with this beautiful Traveler's Notebook Junk Journal. It is my first ever fabric cover, and I've done a lot of collaging and some stitching and just piecing different things together, some metals, some fabrics, some fibers, etc. And then I have a pin here from a Tim Holtz collection, a little bell, and I've hand wire wrapped it's an actual garnet, and that is actual sterling silver. So I do create jewelry, so this is probably why I didn't have some other materials to use, and I wanted to add some little beads. So these are the beads that I have, and so that's what I've done here. This is a custom order for Diana. I hope you love it, Diana. Hi. I loved this fabric. This is the only piece I had, and she was requesting some pinks and maybe just a little bit of lilac, and so I thought this fabric would fit perfectly. I've tied it with, and I'm sure I've spoken of this before. I do not know what this is called, but I love it. It's pretty sturdy, and I feel it would work for this, especially since it's pretty chunky. It needs to be held together, and I'll show you once I get into it. So here's the back. I've left frayed edges, done stitching around, and I have a eyelet closure. Oh, let me get that. Of course, when you go on camera, right, nothing works exactly the way you expect it to. So opening it up, this is approximately a 9x5, and it's full. Like, there are about 60 pages, and I think I should graduate to, I don't know, not traveler's notebooks, and maybe I need to tone them down a little bit. Maybe I should start moving on to creating some books like everybody else. I guess I'm not familiar yet with that process, so I need to get with it, right? Here we go. Jumping in, I have a little envelope. There's a little paper in there. A friend of mine painted some little flowers, some lavender onto some book page, so I went ahead and used that in here and then did some stamping. So I think it's really cute. And there's another one I have in here too. So that was lovely of her to do for me. And then right here, I have some little extra pieces for Diana. And I don't need to show them all. They're just little, these are actually some, I don't know, there's some little pieces that I have collected of ephemera. So tuck that back in there. I've done some stamping. There's tea-dyed or coffee-stained, non-coffee stained papers. There's some Tim Holtz. They're designer papers and some Kaisercraft, and I'm sure I have a few others. I've just gathered different papers that I thought would work with this book. I haven't quite acquired papers from digital downloads yet, but I saw something from Gibbet this morning, and I adore it, so maybe I'll use that in another book coming up soon. So paper here, and like I said, ephemera and everything. I've just collected stuff that I've had, and I just put them all together. So vintage lace stitched here, some stamping, some more of this, I don't know if it's not a time card, but it may be used for testing. It was something that was actually going to be thrown out, and I collected them. So my friend got them to me, so awesome. Use that. This is some from an image book that I had. Some other pages, ephemera, that I've made some tags. Used some of extra little bits and pieces that I've had and then secured it to a tag here so it becomes a tuck spot. The other side here is this other side of this guest book page. Created a little tag, stamped it, used some tracing paper. Tracy Fox, she's a lovely lady on YouTube. She had shown a tutorial on using tracing paper, so I've just been trying it with different ideas and use it whenever I can. This is another little watercolor piece that a friend did, and then I just Mod Podged over it because, and you could see it just kind of bled in, but it's okay. It has that pink coloring, and yeah, I love it. So gonna tuck that right in there. Some handmade paper, little tuck area going on. And then I did this page, some little notepad papers that I've secured up in here with some lace. And then on this other side, I just did some coffee stain paper with some stamping and butterfly ephemera from probably Tim Holtz. Believe this, I'm not sure. I don't think this is a Tim Holtz paper. Probably Kaisercraft or somewhere else. I've done some eyelet corners, so some type of eyelet doily that I've used. Some stamping on this page, some ephemera. This is actually from a school overnight book return from the library, so that's pretty cool. I have some of those that were given to me. Just a little paper there, and then I've created this little peekaboo. This was actually a recycled gift card envelope, and so there you go. And then I put a little Tim Holtz insert and did a little layering. And this is the other side. This is like there's a ledger packet you can get at the stores, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, that type of place, those type of places. So that's where that's from. So that comes in handy. This is old calligraphy page paper that I've stamped on. I've put it in here. Book page. It has some botanicals, and then old vintage paper. This is from like a school ledger for taking attendance and grades and that sort of thing. And I've just done some stamping there, more stamping. I've done this piece here, tag with some extra ephemera there. And this was a pretty old subtraction card. I did some napkin decoupage, some stamping. I've stamped on like memories. Diana wants to use this journal to record her memories from her life, and so I just put little messages here and there, and I did some stamping and stuff. So I love these. This is again inspired by Tracy Fox, so she's adorable. Anyway, and many of you know who she is, and if you don't, please check her out. I will link her below, and probably some other people that inspire me. I will be listing some names of people in their YouTube channels. This is a coloring page, just some, what do you call it? You know what I'm talking about. This is actually a vintage postcard. Post-a-note it's called, from Colorado Springs. I live here in northern Colorado. And a little piece of paper. I've done another, I don't know if you could see that too well on camera, but this is a little moonstone It's wire wrapped in some sterling silver. So on that little piece right there, so cute. And then more page. This is something I was trying out. This is actually a bag for, you know, snacks or, you know, different things that you've baked goods. And I came up with this little idea. I think it turned out cute. First of all, there's this little piece that I just made a little card here. This little peekaboo area. And then from, I believe it was Somerset Studio Life or Somerset Studio magazine. They had these little message tags that were made, and so from that idea I made my own, and then on the back you can write on them, and then I placed them in these little corner spots. So that was really fun. And I've done that on each one. And then on the opposite side, I've created this little fabric pocket, and I've done a little bit of layering and put this little tag, little tags in here for writing space. And that page again, decoupage, some velvet areas to write. I think there's plenty of space in here. It's actually pretty chunky, like I said, but I love it. I don't know why, but I tend to get going and then I can't stop. And then here's some vintage tally cards from, what does that say, 1961? So yeah, those are vintage, right? Then on this side, I've used book page and I've added some texture, some Tim Holtz ephemera, added this little envelope, the little piece in there. You can pull that right out. You could write on, gets tucked right in there, and of course these little pieces you could tuck in. So there we go. And then over here, again along the lines of those little tags. Maybe I should just go, well, I don't want to grab it really quick. In the Somerset Studio magazine, again, these are one of those little tags. And I love things that are meaningful, and so she can write something on there, and little pieces of ephemera paper that I've added and done a little bit layering. And then I just used, this is upcycle. I love upcycling too, because, ooh, I got kind of off there. This is a Starbucks coffee, what do you call those? Coffee buddies, or they go on the outside to keep the coffee, your hands from getting burnt and keeping the coffee warm, I assume. So I just created this little piece here. Yeah, I think it turned out cute. And on the other side, we have this tag and some little layering little pieces right here that she can open up and use. She can also write information back here on the tag. So that's good. And then from sometimes on like clothing, you get little extra buttons and such. So I just made a copy of a little button envelope and created out of designer paper, and I add a little extra piece in here to keep it secure. And this Tim Holtz little message sticker, and I made it so it can hang, and then she can open it up, and inside, of course, she has something she can write and tuck away in there. So, and then just a little charm. So I thought that was cute. And then moving on, more papers. I better hurry up, huh? center of the one signature. Probably should have been like 3 signatures. We have this handmade paper that, or actually an envelope that I've made. So we have a tuck spot behind, we have a tuck spot here, and as well a tuck spot in this area. And this is one of those stamps I love. The letters are all tied together. I'll talk about that more in just a bit. So of course, more little pieces, little vignette, if you will, some stamping, tuck behind here. Plenty of spaces and area to tuck and, I keep going over there, I'm sorry, write, etc. So, and save little ephemeras or little pieces, keepsakes type of stuff. So here is, this is actually, I just upcycled some tag and put a little pin here from Tim Holtz. And this is a little envelope she can use. And then here I've, you know, done a Rolodex piece here, did the stamping, and then I have a little coin envelope. She could tuck something in there and tuck it back here. Oop. There we go. And then again, another tally piece tag. And so she could pull that all off and she could write in here and on here some vocab cards, little writing papers, more tuck spots, images from a book that I had, vintage papers here and here, just a little tag that I put together with some more of the textiles that were in the rest of the book. And then here we have, it's from the other side of that one tag in there, and then I've created another little envelope that she can use. And then a little tag, some stamping, and here you'll see the other side of this. We have like a lace belly band, some Edith Holden books. I just made it into a card. So you can tuck that right in and whatever else you want. So on the other side, this is the other side of that bag that I did, and then we have the tags that I created she can use, and it also has little messages on it like good times, always there, things to kind of encourage her to write about different things like the time of our lives, special bond, maybe, you know, she can start writing about different special times that she's had with certain people. And then I've just added this piece, wooden, I don't know if you call them a die cut, but then I have this piece. I've used a divider, and then I've just kind of pieced like a collage together. And it's funny, I'll start out one way and then maybe I'll add more things later, and so it just kind of evolved into this. And then we have a tag, another tag here, large tag that she could write on and tuck that back in. I have a lot of, well, not a lot, but I have different little tabs and different laces and ribbons and stuff going on. And then here we have an envelope. On the back I have stitched a Tim Holtz little card there, another one here, little lace and a charm. And then if you open it up, then she could pull out, it has a guest check that she could pull out and write on. And then on the back side, just a writing area, more writing area. Edith Holden, she has another tag. And this is just little area here that I added some charms. And then this opens up. I'll take that apart. It opens up and then she can write on it. And anyway, that's kind of fun. Keep that secured there. And then, right, she's getting pretty bulky here. More stamping. And then here is just, I love this. I have to find her again, but there was a lady on YouTube, and I know she's pretty popular. She did something similar to this, and I messaged her and I said, oh my gosh, such a great idea. It goes along with the stamp that I used. Hers is a little bit different. I wrapped mine in lace, but it looks like, you know, some notes and some envelopes. I'm not sure if she just did little envelopes in hers, but I've done handmade envelope. Maybe I should just show you. I'll set this aside. Slips right off. I had made an envelope type of piece that can be written on. Okay, tuck that back in. And then I just have this little fold out type of envelope piece that Diana can use. And then this little coffee dyed piece that she can use. But anyways, I thought I like it a lot. It's pretty adorable. Another page here. Another eyelet lace corner, tuck spot. Different pieces that she can use. Little fabric piece here. And this is merchandise bag that I've made into an envelope. And I've done this before in some of my books. So she has a tuck spot here, a tuck spot here, as well as a tuck area here. She can get anything if it'll allow. I think it will. I mean, if she was able to tuck something in there and just keep. This book is pretty sturdy. I think it'll allow for that, even though she's pretty full right now. There's this piece that she can tuck pieces in. Did a little collaging there. Little tuck spot here, up under there. So, getting to the end here. Little tag. And this one I just made out of that, I can't even tell you what that stuff is called, but I like it. And I think that's it. So I don't think I mentioned this. This is canvas. When I first started out, I did the canvas and I did the fabric, and I felt that it needed to be a little bit sturdier, so I also did some designer paper. So she's pretty sturdy. She closes up pretty well. Easy to tie up if you need to. You can put it behind, between your legs, squeeze it, and just tie it. Just like this. It's not too hard, and like I said, pretty sturdy. And she'll be able to close it up, even if she stuffs it with more goodies, right? So there you go. There you have it. That is my first ever fabric covered traveler's notebook. 9x5 and about approximately 60 pages and all kinds of tuck spots and areas to keep all your found goodies and your memories. I hope you love it. Thank you everyone who have joined me and watched this, and I hope to be getting creative again here soon and uploading some more videos. So thank you again. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.